For thousands of people with MS, summer can be especially challenging as a time of the year. Joining us with ways to help manage the symptoms is Dr. Heidi Crayton, a neurologist from the Multiple Sclerosis Center of Greater Washington. Good morning to you, doctor.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here with us. Let's talk a little bit about MS this time of the year, why it's so difficult, and who gets MS.
So MS is an autoimmune condition that typically affects people between the ages of 20 and 40, but certainly people can be diagnosed outside of those age ranges. And it's very different for everybody who's diagnosed with MS. It all depends on where they are affected, because MS can affect any part of the brain, any part of the spinal cord. So people can have symptoms like fatigue, they can have visual problems, they can have difficulties with walking or balance or strength. So it's very different for everybody, and I think sometimes that's kind of the difficult part and the challenge of having MS, because no two people are the same.
Yeah, it seems like you might have some vague symptoms in terms of talking to your doctor, and they may not be able to pinpoint it immediately.
Exactly.
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 So what is it like living with MS, especially potentially summer months?
Summer can be very challenging for people who have MS. MS is characterized by symptoms from nerve conduction that is just a little stuttery. It's kind of slowed down, and heat further slows down nerve conduction. So people oftentimes with MS feel more symptomatic. They have energy reserves that are depleted quicker in the heat, and people are certainly oftentimes reminded that they have MS because their symptoms are a little revved up in the hot, humid weather of the summer. So it's all about conserving energy. It's about staying cool. For some people, they just feel that they really can't even be out and about and enjoy activities in the summertime unless they really are mindful of keeping themselves cool with air conditioning and cold drinks and cooling vests, things like that. And also to make sure that symptoms are optimally managed and that their MS itself is optimally managed with highly effective therapies, because we have a lot more to offer our patients with MS now than we used to.
Yeah, how is MS treated, especially that's relapsing?
So there are kind of a couple of elements of treating MS. It's important that patients make sure their symptoms are addressed, because that really impacts their day-to-day quality of life. It's also really important that people are on the most effective therapy for them. Over the past couple of decades, we've really upped the ante in terms of efficacy and treating MS in terms of staving off change, decline, progression. And people need to be educated and aware of what their options are. There's a new product that's been out for almost a couple of years now, Lemtrada, which is a highly effective therapy. It's given once a year for 2 courses. And it really behooves patients to be aware of what the new entries to the marketplace are, so they can have discussions with their healthcare team about whether or not they're on the most effective therapy for them.
How do you specifically work with your patients to help them manage their MS?
I think education is key. I really try to educate my patients. I feel that this relationship is more of a partnership. I'm not about just telling them what to do. I want to make sure that they understand their condition. I think that understanding, comprehending what's going on really takes away the element of fear and the unpredictability of MS. And that they play an active role in the management of their MS. And it's up to them to kind of tell me what I can do to make their living with MS much more successful. So it's really about a partnership and good communication.
Are there, in that partnership, in that communication, are there specific questions that are the right questions to be asking your healthcare provider or your doctor?
I think it's important to ask, is there something to be done about this particular symptom that I'm exhibiting? It's important for people to understand what bothers them about their MS. Sometimes it seems very common sense, but sometimes it's difficult to really pinpoint. And I think it's important that patients understand their MS so they can bring these issues to their healthcare team and ask for better management. If they're having relapses, if their MS is impacting their quality of life and their lifestyle, they need to bring that to the attention of their medical team, because a lot can be done to really keep MS as stable as possible and to really try to decrease its impact on people's quality of life and decrease the burden of having MS.
I think there's some optimistic notes in there. So where can people go for more information?
The National MS Society is a great place to turn to, lemtrada.com. You can certainly find out more about the latest entry into the marketplace. But there's really quite a bit of information out there about MS, and it's really important that patients engage in educational programs and really learn everything they can about managing their MS.
Thanks for joining us, Dr. Crayton.
Thank you.